I said, God, give me a sign. He gave me 5. He said, watch for the pride. Envy and lies. He said, don't reach for hands. If there's a tide, don't tell them that you love them. If they ain't tried, nah. They said I couldn't come now. I came in like Juggernaut. They said I couldn't.
Welcome back to a True Kings podcast. I'm your host, LJ Johnson, and today I'm getting something off my chest, y'all. Today, y'all are gonna learn how to be single. I'm telling y'all, I thought about making this like a vlog on my other channel, but I decided to just come with it on my podcast channel because here is where we get deep. This is where we get into the deep topics. This is where we get into like the personal topics. This is why I started a podcast, y'all. So many people want to start podcasts nowadays, but I'll just be talking about the stupidest stuff. I'm on here actually trying to educate y'all. So let's get started, all right? How to be single. So y'all probably wondering, why am I coming with this topic? The reason I'm coming with this topic is because y'all don't know how to be single. So check this out. Y'all want to know something? Almost everyone around me right now, except for one person, is in a relationship, right? My parents, my sisters, a lot of my best friends. Only one of my best friends is not in a relationship. And then there's myself, who's also not in a relationship, right? Now, what is y'all want to know the craziest thing about most of these people that are in relationships? Now, when I say they don't know how to be single, they do not know how to be single. Now, y'all probably wondering, what do you mean they don't know how to be single? Now, we get it. You get in a relationship for a long time, you need to obviously relearn that. What do I mean is, some of these people will literally go through a breakup, y'all, and then be in a whole other relationship like 2 months later. Now, y'all know me. I'm the type of guy who I need to heal first before I can get in another relationship. That I may sit there and think I'm healed, but that don't mean I'm actually healed. I know. I'm so self-aware now to the point to where I know when I'm not healed. A lot of these people are not self-aware enough. Now listen, check this out. So I just had a recent friend, right? This is a quick story time. I just had a recent friend. I was friends with this person for 2 years, right? Now, recently, I decided to get this person out my friend group. Basically, I said, "Get away from me! I can't be friends with you no more. I cannot be friends with you anymore." And the reason is because, well, there were several reasons, but we're gonna start off with the biggest reason right here. All right. Coming into this year, the biggest thing about me was I decided to improve myself, and we can get into that in a second. But I decided to improve myself, which means I want to be surrounded around people who want to improve themselves. Now, you can do that in a relationship, right? But here is my problem with this person. This person right here did not know how to be happy with themselves. Now, granted, we all have to learn, like I said. But I mean, the problem with this person was always complaining about life, the things going wrong in their life, this and that, this, that. They would say how much they hate life, right? To the point where there is things they told me that I even was like, yo, like you need to get some help or something. Like, go to therapy. But this person will always have an excuse to not do such things. The first excuse was, oh, I don't have the money to, right? I don't have the money to go do that. The second excuse, when I told them, listen. I said this hypothetically, but I said, what if I can get you therapy for free, right? That don't mean I can, but I said, what if I can? And this person literally just said, I don't like talking to people, right? They said, I don't like talking to people. And then there was this other stuff. It was like, clearly being around it was starting to really annoy me because it was nothing but complaints, nothing but talking about how much they hate life. To the point to where it would affect me personally. I realized that was what, like, y'all, there was a point in time this past summer where I really couldn't stand anything. Like, everything was setting me off. Like, I was still improving myself. I was trying to be happy, but I was upset. Still stuck in the past and everything, right? I realized being around this person kept me stuck in the past as well. But fast forward, like, a few weeks into the summer, this person gets into a relationship, right? Now, obviously, you would say, I would normally say I'm happy for them, right? And I am happy for them. The problem with it was this, though. This is my problem. All of a sudden, now you in a relationship, you happy? You feel like your life means something? You feel like you feel like everything around you is just growing better? Listen, when I confronted this person about this, they basically was like, "You don't know anything about my life, yada yada yada." It's like how I don't know anything about your life. We've been friends for 4 years, but we've really been close for 2. What are you talking about? We really been we really been close friends. I can't even say 2 years since like 2021. So now 3 years. But we really been friends for 4. But I would consider you a best friend for the last 2 years though. For the last 2-3 years. That's fine if you say you didn't feel like me and you were growing as friends. But when I asked this person who did they feel like they have in their life to grow with, the people they name were already in their life before they had this relationship, right? But now they're in a relationship, they feel like everything is growing steadily, everything is growing right. So it's like, let me get this straight. You were extremely depressed. You were hurting all the time. You didn't want to help yourself, but all of a sudden now you in a relationship, you want to do all these good things. It's like, let's be honest, you're not doing it for yourself like how you may claim. You're not doing it for yourself. I promise you, the moment that person break up with you, if they ever decide to, you're going to go right back to being how you were before. Detrimental to your life. Gonna be going back and forth crying in your car trying to figure out what you're gonna do. Simple. I hate to call you out, but I'm real. I'm dog, y'all. I'm so frustrated with y'all, bro. Y'all don't understand how frustrated I am with y'all. This has been on my head. This has been at the top of my head for the last month or so, bro. Y'all gotta understand. I've been wanting to come here and talk about this for a minute. I just ain't had the time because of school. It's finals week. With finals week, I actually had the time to come on here and sit here and talk to y'all about this. It's like, dog, like this has been at the top of my head. But that person was not the only one that was like that. I have several friends, right? I don't talk to them as much anymore. One I still talk to, but the rest of them I don't really talk to as much anymore. I'll be honest, y'all. I distanced myself from a lot of people this year. I'm happy that I did it too. I feel so much better after distancing myself from them. It's like I distanced myself from them, and now the people who need to be in my life are in my life. You know what I'm saying? But I noticed a lot of the people who were in relationships that I was close to, none of them can sit there and say they haven't had a relationship for a little more than 6 months or so, or a year. It's like the moment they break up with someone, give them like 2 months and they already in another relationship. G. It's like they don't know how to survive. They don't know how to survive without being in a relationship. And it's just, and I know this based off the things they come and they tell me, the things they say to other people, that other people come and tell me that they said. It's like, can you not live, G? You got to learn how to live. So here we go. I'm finna tell y'all the steps to learning how to be single, to be comfortable within yourself, G. Because here's the thing. If you want a healthy relationship, a really fire healthy relationship, you got to learn to be comfortable with yourself. I've been single for a year and 5 months now. And y'all don't understand. Would I like another relationship? Yes, I would. But I'm so comfortable within myself that recently, and y'all heard me in the last podcast video, I kind of prefer to be single right now because I'm so comfortable with myself. But I know when I'm ready to get into another relationship, I can get into another relationship because I know how to make myself happy. I know how to live within myself. A lot of y'all don't. So here we go. Step number one. You got to sit there and really start thinking with your mind and stop thinking with your heart. That's step number one. Now, y'all probably like, what do you mean? Now, I know some of y'all aren't religious. I got to start reading the Bible more myself. But one thing the Bible does say is to not follow your heart. Y'all ever see all these people in toxic relationships and stuff? Where it's like their boyfriend or girlfriend cheats on them, but they'll keep letting their boyfriend or girlfriend come back, or they decide to wait on someone when they break up with them. That was me last year, you feel me? Type stuff. What is the number one thing they did? They followed their heart, right? They're following their heart because they love that person so much. They're following their heart. But I promise you, if they think with their mind, they're gonna be so much happier in the long run. Every single time I see someone I'm interested in now, or any type of situation now that I'm in, I always think with my mind first before I think with my heart, because I know my mind is what's gonna get the job done. I know my mind is what's gonna lead me to the right part in my life that I need to get to. Thinking with my heart is just gonna cause more pain, bro. It literally says to not listen to your heart because it'll lead you astray. It literally says that in the Bible. Y'all be thinking the Bible don't be spitting facts. The Bible be spitting some facts. I'm telling you. Read the Bible, y'all. I need to read it more. I'm talking to myself too. I need to read it more. I was reading it a lot beginning of the year. I don't read it as much anymore. But listen, read the Bible. I'm about to start reading it again soon. Definitely tonight. When I get off of this, I'm gonna go right to reading it. I don't care. That thing be spitting some facts. But listen, y'all gotta learn to literally sit there and listen to your mind, bro. Listen to your logic. Y'all, cause I promise you, when you follow your heart, you're getting into so much trouble. People be sitting there killing people and everything because they sitting there too busy listening to their heart, how they feel about a certain person or how they feel about a situation, versus thinking, okay, what can I do to improve the situation for me? Right? You always got to put yourself first before anybody else, unless you got kids or a wife or a husband, right? In my opinion, you always got to make sure that you come first and make sure you straight. Because if you don't, you just go get hurt in the long run. So that's step number one. Stop following your heart. Listen to your head, your mind. Number two, we all have that lonely feeling, right? We all have that lonely feeling. But have y'all ever sat there and thought about why you have to keep feeling like you need to get into another relationship? So check this out. I'm using this as an example. I always use this as an example. I'm putting it on blast right now. My ex. I'm putting it on blast. I don't care. I'm using it as an example, y'all. This is gonna be my favorite episode. I promise y'all this is my favorite episode. Y'all, one thing my ex did after we broke up, right, was she was in the club. She was on a dating app right after we broke up. I told her I loved her, but she was in the club and on a dating app right after we broke up. She broke up with me one day. The next day, she doing that stuff. 5 months later, she in another relationship. Apparently, after she broke up with that dude, 2 months later, she in another relationship. She on block right now. She been blocked for 7 months. I don't know. I'm done with her. I don't know who she been with ever since. I personally could not care less. But listen. The one thing about her was she was the type of person to go from guy to guy. Now, I've seen people go from guy to guy and girl to girl before. These people do not know how to be alone. And I promise you, that strictly stems from soul ties. Do y'all not listen to me, listen. I'm telling you that strictly stems from soul ties. I ain't gonna say strictly stems from soul ties, but I promise you, soul ties is the biggest factor. Now, I have a video on my main channel titled "Can We Talk About Soul Ties?" But listen, I'm gonna talk about it here real quick because y'all need to hear it. Listen, I'm someone. Okay, so what soul ties is basically, it's like a connection thing, right? It's a spiritual thing. You feel it through, is when two people kind of connect. Now, listen, that's just a brief explanation of it. I don't really know the full blown explanation, but it's when two people connect in a spiritual way, right? Now, some people think this is just intimacy, right? Like an intimate relationship. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship. You could literally just be friends with someone and you can get soul tied to them. Like, people think soul ties is just through, like intercourse, right? It's not just through intercourse. You can get. I'm someone who believes it's not just through intercourse. You can get soul ties just by spending a lot of time with people, right? Like I'm someone who truly believes that like a mother can be soul tied to her child, right? Because of the connection she has to her child. The child came from her womb. So guess what? If a child gets in trouble, right, in some big trouble, a mother can feel that. A mother can feel when something bad happened to her child. A father can feel when something bad happened to his child or to his wife. A mother can feel when something bad happened to her child or to her husband because she's soul tied to them. She loves them. She has got that spiritual connection to them. It doesn't just have to be through sex. It can literally just be through a strong bond, through a strong love. You feel me? But a lot of these people who tend to go from guy to guy or girl to girl, they are soul tied to one specific person in the past. Or numerous people, actually. And so here's the thing. When they lose one person, they feel like that person's got to be replaced. They lose that person, they feel like that person's got to be replaced. And the cycle continues. And they don't realize they're not just hurting others in the process, but they're hurting themselves. Because guess what? They're not giving their chance. They're not giving themselves a full chance to heal from the process. They're not letting themselves go through the healing process because they feel like they got to have a replacement every single time. And that's why they go from guy to guy or girl to girl. Y'all, that's the thing. Y'all want to know, I was strongly soul tied to my ex. Y'all know that. I'm pretty sure all y'all have recognized that. Last year, I was soul tied to her so strongly that there was points in times where I felt like I needed to replace her. The thing is, though, the next relationship is not about replacing her. I know that now because I'm not soul tied to her no more because I'm living my life. My next relationship is not going to be about replacing her. It's going to be about me living that relationship, me trying to be happy in that relationship, growing in that relationship. Y'all notice these people who go for the rebounds or go for all this stuff, right? It's never about that relationship. Because at some point, they bring up the past relationship. They bring up the things they did in the past relationship. At some point, when you're dealing with someone like that, you're going to sit there and realize that they really not there for you. They're really just there for themselves. They're really just there to replace someone who did them dirty. And then they're going to hurt you later on. Y'all think about it. Think about it. Don't think about it with your heart. Think about it with your mind. I'm telling you. Man, this is my favorite episode, y'all. It's my favorite episode. I'm getting this off my chest. Hopefully I'm making sense to y'all. Hopefully. Step number 3. Now I said step number 1. Start thinking with your mind instead of your heart. Step number 2. Learn to break the soul tie. That's step number 2. Learn to break the soul tie that you had to someone who you were with in the past, or numerous people you were with in the past. Learn to break that soul tie. For most people, I don't know how y'all gonna do it, but I know for me, when it comes to breaking a soul tie, I'll read the Bible. I'll pray about it. And God will deliver. Like I said, I don't know if y'all believe in God, but I do. I believe in God and Jesus Christ. Now, number 3, doing things that makes you happy. At some point, listen, when you in a relationship, obviously you're going to care about what others think for the most part. Not all the time. But let's say this, if you care about what people think before you get into a relationship, right? Obviously, you're going to somewhat care about what people think when you get into that relationship. Not too much, but a little bit. You feel me? And then when you exit that relationship, you're going to care even more about what people think. And that's going to determine how you handle that breakup, how you handle the things you do after that breakup and stuff. Right? So when you take the time to learn to be single, when you go through the stages, when you take the time to learn to be single, you got to learn to stop caring about what others think about you and learn to only care about what you think about yourself. Listen, obviously respect your parents, but I'll tell you this, me personally, I love my parents, and yes, I do care about what they think, but I don't care about what they think all the time. They can sit there and tell me something like, so basically, the song the song I released, right? Over You. Shout out my bro NJ, shout out my bro P Freeman, right? My parents did not like that song because I ain't gonna lie, my bro P Freeman verse. In the end of the day, though, I basically told them we gonna have to agree to disagree about the song because I enjoyed it. I know there were a lot of people who enjoyed it. If you don't like it, that's you. That don't mean I don't care about their opinion, but that also means that I strictly care about mine more. That's simple. You got to learn to care about yourself more than what others care about you. And I get it. It can be annoying. I'll be honest with y'all. Recently, like the last couple of days, I've been feeling severely overlooked and mad disrespected. And it ain't even nothing anyone done. It's just how I feel. Because I felt like that for years at some point in time. But I've learned so much to not care about what others think this year that I still like. I can walk out, right? I can dress a certain way, talk a certain way, do whatever, right? And I'm not gonna care because I'm living my life. I'm being happy. Listen, everything I do is for me. Everything. Now, obviously, if I get in another relationship, hey, it's gonna be for me and my girl. But everything I do is for me because only person I really got, and I mean like only person who's gonna be looking over my shoulder every day. I could talk about my parents, my sisters, my friends, right? But they're not always gonna be here. Only person I really got is me. Listen, I came in this world alone. I'm gonna leave this world alone. You feel me? I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have God. But what I mean is, physically, I came in this world alone. And I'm gonna leave this world alone, physically. So what I'm saying is, like I said, you gotta learn to be alone. I didn't realize what I just said until I just said it. That's crazy. I said physically I came in this world alone. I'm gonna leave this world alone. So I gotta learn to be alone. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm telling y'all. But listen, y'all gotta stop caring about what people think, bro. Stop caring about what people think. And before I sit there, wait, hold. Reverse that. Also, when I say stop caring about what people think, do things that you enjoy to do. Simple. For me, I like to play video games. I mainly like to go to the gym. I like going to the gym, playing video games, right? I need to get out more. That's a goal for me in 2023 to go out and meet new people more. Also, I'm also turning 21. I said 2023, 2024. I'm also turning 21 in 2024. I cannot wait for that. But doing things that I enjoy. I enjoy doing this, so I'm doing it. I enjoy making music, apparently, so I'm gonna make some more music and release that. I'm doing things that I enjoy, and I couldn't really care less about what anyone says. Because it's like, at the end of the day, it's my life. At the end of the day, who is really what's going to make me happy in the end? I got to learn to, listen, I got to learn to be comfortable in my skin. Now, that don't mean I got to go get plastic surgery like how all these people got to go do. I'm not going to go get plastic surgery. What I would like getting plastic surgery? But I will do things to improve myself. Go to the gym. Make sure my teeth is white and stuff. Make sure my skin is clear. Make sure my hair is cut. You feel me? Things that make me look good, that make me feel like I look good. If you got to go get plastic surgery to make yourself feel good, then it is what it is. You do you. But what I'm saying, but y'all get the point. A lot of y'all aren't really comfortable in your own skin. So guess what? Because y'all not comfortable in your own skin, you don't feel protected. You don't feel heard and stuff like that. That can also cause a person to go from like guy to guy or girl to girl. You feel me? So let's go back over the steps, right? Step number one. What I say step number one is? That stuff. Y'all get the point, though. Y'all get the point. I don't have a script, so I don't have these written down. But y'all get the point, though. All I'm saying is this, and then I'm going to end it here. I really enjoyed this episode. I got this off my chest. Y'all gotta learn to be alone, bro, because y'all never know. It's like y'all sit there, y'all be so in love with someone, but then when that person break up, y'all feel like y'all gotta replace them. It's like you don't gotta replace them, bro. You don't gotta replace them. You just need to focus on yourself, focus on your goals, focus on on what you doing. So that way, when something else does come around, guess what? You can be happy and not have to focus on what you lost. Because guess what? You lost that person or whatever for a reason. You don't gotta go out and replace them and try to feel like you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta learn to be single, learn to be happy without being single. Literally, because it's like the moment most of y'all are single, y'all don't know how to function. And y'all wonder why this world's so toxic nowadays when it comes to dating. I'm telling you. All y'all be sitting there complaining about dating and relationships, but it's like, let me ask y'all this. When was the last time y'all was really single? And when I say single, I mean lived while y'all were single. All y'all sitting there complaining about, oh my gosh, the relationship, yada yada. It's like, no. I get it too. Every once in a while, if you're gonna complain about how you're not in a relationship, that's fine. But I mean, like, y'all go every day, every night, every single moment y'all wake up complaining about this stuff. It is like, what are y'all doing? If you want something, guess what? Go improve yourself, G. Go improve yourself. Make yourself better. So that way, when you do find someone, they're interested enough in you to sit there and want to go out with you. I'm telling y'all. Bro. Man. And y'all probably like, why are you going off on that so hard? One, because y'all annoying. Two, I'm going off on myself too. I'm letting myself know these things. I'm telling you, bro. Man, God gave me a voice for a reason. I'm using it. I'm telling you. He gave me a voice for a reason. I'm using it. I'm using it right here, right now. Be single. And when you find someone, then you can be happy, because y'all need to learn how to be alone for a long time in order to be happy when you do have something. Man. Enter this world alone, gonna leave alone. So I need to be alone. I'm telling you, bro. Once you get all this stuff done, and then finally when something do come around, you can finally be happy, not have to be worried about nothing else. But anyway, make sure y'all go follow your boy on Instagram at True Kings Podcast on Instagram. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, share the video. This is definitely my favorite vid, my favorite pod on here that I've done. I cannot wait to release this one. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Stay safe and peace.